gentlemen, welcome to the 11th Danger Days Big Bastard Quiz. You've made it 11 weeks. Thank you so much for playing every single Tuesday. You've been absolutely wonderful. Now, tonight's guest round was given out on Facebook earlier today. There was a few technical issues with posting an event earlier today, and I couldn't do it until I got back home. Tonight's guest round, if you haven't seen, is chocolate. Chocolate, the nation's favourite. So that is tonight's guest round, round 2. Now, just go through the rules. Please don't cheat. This is for a bit of fun, but obviously you're only cheating yourselves. And don't put any answers in the comments box either to ruin everyone else's fun. This is a bit of fun, as we know, and yes, just let's have a good go with it. If you're playing with more than one person in your household, you may swap your sheets halfway through for marking, or you can just mark your own as it is for fun. Also, there is a raffle as well. My computer here has been having a bit of trouble trying to paste the link. Let's see if I can do that. It doesn't seem to be working for some reason, but there is a raffle that you can win. £100 worth of lovely wine, beautiful wine from CH Wines. There is the thingy now. Let's just paste this in here. There we go. So £100 worth of wine up for grabs. Do follow the link through. Raffle tickets are £2 per ticket. Buy as many as you can. The more you buy, the more chance you have of winning, of course. And there is about 200 tickets left. We can't draw it until the tickets have all been sold. Unfortunately, that's how the website works. So if you have got your pens and pages at the ready, if you've printed off a Danger Dave quiz sheet from the Facebook page, by all means use that. If not, a bit of paper will do fine. There are 6 rounds, of course, as usual, and we will be starting... oh no, I haven't done my favourite bit yet. Tonight's drink, Danger Dave's drink of the evening, is a beautiful 2013 Rioja Reserva. Did have a crack of this last night. Me and my lovely girlfriend did dive into this, and we didn't finish it all, so I'm going to have that. And then I think my housemates are out on the run for some more bevies, so they should be back shortly. Talking of drink, every time you see this pop up on screen, have a little drink. Oh, that's lovely. I think I got that from Asda, 2013. It was about 6 or 7 quid, 8 quid maybe, and that's not a bad drop. You pay at least £10 anywhere else for that. That is a cracking drop. So we shall begin, of course, with round 1, and round 1 is, as usual, food and drink. So eyes down, pens at the ready. Food and drink number 1. What fruit/large berry contains the most calories? What fruit/large berry contains the most calories? Number 2. Which sweet treat could be found at the ambassadors' parties? Which sweet treat could be found at the ambassadors' parties? Number 3. In Australia, what are a middy, M-I-D-D-Y, and a schooner? In Australia, what are a middy and a schooner? I do need a rather specific answer for this one, please. Number 4. From what German region do hock wines come? From what German region do hock wines come? And talking of wines, Number 5. What name beginning with C is given to the flat Indian bread resembling a pancake? What name beginning with C is given to the flat Indian bread resembling a pancake? Number 6. What French word is used for the water ice often served between courses to refresh the palate? What French word is used for the water ice often served between courses to refresh the palate? Number 7. Which chicken dish is named after a battle in the Napoleonic Wars? Which chicken dish is named after a battle in the Napoleonic Wars? Number 8. Who is the American artist who used Campbell's soup cans in his pop art? Who is the American artist who used Campbell's soup cans in his pop art? Number 9. How many bottles, regular size bottles, of champagne are there in a magnum? How many regular sized bottles of champagne make up a magnum? And lastly, number 10. What do you get when you add fresh fruit to red wine? What do you get when you add fresh fruit to red wine? Okay, so if you need any repeats, I shall be going through the questions individually right now, a little bit quicker. So if you do need any repeats from round 1, do listen out for your number carefully. Number 1. What fruit or large berry contains the most calories? Number 2. Which sweet treat could be found at the ambassadors' parties? Number 3. In Australia, what are a middy and a schooner? Number 4. From what German region do hock wines come? Number 5. What is the name given to the flat Indian bread resembling a pancake? And that word begins with C. Number 6. What French word is used for the water ice, often served between courses to refresh the palate? Number 7. What chicken dish is named after a battle in the Napoleonic Wars? Number 8. Who is the American artist who used Campbell's soup cans in his pop art? Number 9. How many bottles of champagne are there in a magnum? And lastly, number 10. What do you get when you add fresh fruit to red wine? There we go. So, before we continue, I'd like to say welcome everyone. I hope you're all here. Give us a big hello on the comment section if you're joining us and where you're from. We'd like to see how many of you are there are tonight. Also, we're going to do another little... a little drink. Cheers, my darlings. So, before we continue, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who turned up for the In the Flesh return of Danger Dave at the Reindeer Pub on Sunday just gone. Very good turnout. We had about 45 people in that evening, some of whom were day drinking all day there as well. So, Very, very, very good scores. And yes, social distancing rules did apply. However, I need to find another method of marking. Usually, I'd get people to swap their pages. This time, me and my glamorous assistant Jessica did score and mark everyone's sheets, which took bloody ages. So, if you have any ideas of how we can do the scoring easier, quicker, without contaminating with other teams, etc., do let me know in the comments or send me a private message on either Instagram or Facebook. So we're now on to round two, and round two is this week's guest round. And this week's guest round is chocolate. Chocolate. Yum, yum, yum in my tongue. What am I talking about? This is not multiple choice this week. I think we all know quite a lot about chocolate there. That I didn't have to do a multiple choice round. So, eyes down, pens at the ready. Guest round, chocolate. Number 1. What is the name of the mountain on the pack of the Toblerone? What is the name of the mountain featured on the Toblerone packaging? Number 2. Are cocoa beans a fruit or vegetable? Are cocoa beans a fruit or vegetable? Oh, it sounds like my housemates have just pulled up in the car park with my extra bevies for this evening. Number 3. Where are cocoa beans most commonly grown? I want the name of the continent for this one, please. In which continent are cocoa beans most commonly grown? Around 70% of the world's cocoa beans come from this continent. Which is it? Hello, people. Number 4. What was the first created chocolate product? What was the first created chocolate product? Number 5. Which Bristol-based inventor created the chocolate bar? Which Bristol-based inventor created the chocolate bar? I do want first and surname. If you can tell me middle name, you get an extra half bonus points. But you have to get his first and surname correct in order to receive that extra half point for the middle name. Number 6. Where was milk chocolate invented? In which country was milk chocolate invented? I seriously need my haircut. It was all floppy and like a big haystack today. To quickly wet it under the shower and really put a comb through it. Number 7. How many types of cocoa bean are there? How many types of cocoa bean are there? Now, this information was a bit dubious. I did do a lot of research on this, and I came to the conclusion that I should go with the answer given by the Cadbury's website. How many types of cocoa bean are there? Thank you very much. My housemates have come back with some more booze. Yeah. Thank you very much, my darlings. Number 8. What is the fourth and rarest type of chocolate? What is the fourth and rarest type of chocolate? When I say rare, I don't mean it's hard to find in the world. It's just that not many people make it. You don't find many chocolate bars made from this type of chocolate. But it is one of my favourites. Hello, Christine. Hola. ¿Cómo te llamas? Hay dos Fanta naranja. Una cerveza. That's all the Spanish I know, Chris. Number 9. Which type of chocolate is said to reduce risks of heart disease? Which type of chocolate is said to reduce risks of heart disease? Turn that to my dad. He eats enough of it and he still has a bad heart. And lastly, number 10. Which animal could die if it ingests chocolate? Which animal could die if it ingests chocolate? Apparently, do an experiment at home. Feed this animal some chocolate and see what happens. No, don't do that. It's rather horrible. Okay, so we are going to go through the repeats now. So listen out for your number or numbers of the questions you need repeats on. Number 1, what is the name of the mountain featured on the Toblerone packaging? Number 2, are cocoa beans a fruit or a vegetable? Number 3, in what continent are cocoa beans most commonly grown? Number 4, what was the first created chocolate product? Number 5, which Bristol-based inventor created the chocolate bar? I would like the first and surname, and you will get a bonus half point if you can tell me their middle name. Only accepted if you get the first and surname correct first. Number 6, where was milk chocolate invented? In which country was milk chocolate invented? Number 7, how many types of cocoa bean are there? Number 8, what is the fourth rarest type of chocolate? Number 9, which type of chocolate is said to reduce risks of heart disease? And lastly, number 10, which animal could die if it ingests chocolate? Haha, I've just been looking at some of your comments. Katie Brown, I think Paula wants to take you outside in the car park of Lidl at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning and have some fisticuff fights. Or maybe handbag slapping. Or karate. Or some mixed martial arts. Or maybe trolley wars. We don't know. But it sounds like fighting words either way. Oh, don't want to do that. Oh, I've accidentally made all my chocolate rounds disappear somehow. I don't know how I've managed to do that. There we go. Okay, so we're now on to round 3, and round 3 is entertainment. This is the last round before we go for the marking and a lovely break to boot. So eyes down, pens at the ready, my freaky darlings. Entertainment number 1. Who played Domino in the 1983 Bond film Never Say Never Again? Who played Domino in the 1983 Bond movie Never Say Never Again? Number 2. In Star Wars, what do Imperial ships do before jumping to hyperspace? In Star Wars, what do Imperial ships do before jumping to hyperspace? A lovely 7-year-old Ryoka, followed by a dirty Dutch Heineken. Went to the Heineken factory in Amsterdam. Rather enjoyable. Awfully soused. Number 3. Which actor played the role of Grandad in Only Fools and Horses? Which actor played the role of Grandad in Only Fools and Horses? Fools. 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 Number 4. In which zoo did the Hare Bear Bunch live? In which zoo did the Hare Bear Bunch live? Number 5. Kevin Costner was the hero in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, but who played the Sheriff of Nottingham? Kevin Costner was the hero in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, but who played the Sheriff of Nottingham? Scooter me. Number 6. What was the surname of Big Brother contestant Nasty Nick? What was the surname of Big Brother contestant Nasty Nick? From Big Brother Series 1. All the way back in 99, 2000? Long, long time ago. Number 7. Which actor first appears as a dot? Not first appears in the film, but first appears as the actor playing the character. Let me start that again. So, not which actor appears first in the film, but which actor first appears as a dot on the horizon and rides towards the camera in Lawrence of Arabia. Which actor first appears as a dot on the horizon and rides towards the camera in Lawrence of Arabia? So just to clarify, not which actor first appears in the film, Lawrence of Arabia, but which actor first appears as a dot on the horizon, who is introduced to the audience as a dot on the horizon. Do we understand? Some people didn't understand. Number 8. In which UK town is the TV show The Office set? In which UK town is the TV show The Office set? I'll tell you what, after that lovely red, this is going down so smoothly. And it's a good chaser. Who knew? 7-year-old Rioja brilliantly chased by a can of Dutch lager. Number 9. Which TV show was first aired in 1989, went off air in 1999, and has been seen in over 140 countries worldwide? Plus, a film was made of it a few years ago, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Which TV show was first aired in 1989, went off air in 1999, and has been seen in over 140 countries worldwide? Also, a film of it was made a few years ago, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Top chat. Technology. And lastly, number 10. In The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, what is the answer to the meaning of life? In The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, what is the answer to the meaning of life? Life, dear boy, life. What is the answer to it? Always pondered the meaning of life when I went to that lovely old cocktail bar on King Street next to Ephesus. Caspians, yes. Oh, excuse me. Right, so repeats very quickly for entertainment. If you need a repeat, as I'm doing, do listen out for your number. Number 1, who played Domino in the 1983 Bond film Never Say Never Again? Number 2, in Star Wars, what do Imperial ships do before jumping to hyperspace? Number 3, which actor played the role of Grandad in Only Fools and Horses? Number 4, where did the Hair Bear Bunch live? Number 5, Kevin Costner was the hero in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, who played the Sheriff of Nottingham. Number 6, what was the surname of Big Brother contestant Nasty Nick? Number 7, which actor first appears as a dot on the horizon and winds towards the camera in Lawrence of Arabia? Number 8, in which UK town is the TV show The Office set? Number 9, which TV show was first aired in 1989, went off air in 1999, and it's been seen in over 140 countries worldwide, and a film made of it a few years ago, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And lastly, number 10, in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, what is the answer to the meaning of life? Okay, so I'm going to give you a few moments to check if you've got everything filled in. Do put, if you want any extra repeats very quickly, obviously say what the round number was or round title was and your number of question. Have a drink in the meantime. And also, I just put up the link for the raffle. If you haven't bought raffle tickets yet, or even if you have, do buy some more. Go and buy them, £2 each, and you can win £100 worth of wine from CH Wines. And a portion of the money collected does go to a local Norfolk-based charity called the Norwich Soup Movement, who help homeless people, feed homeless people. They're very good, very good. Okay, so if you think you played particularly well in one of the first 3 rounds and wish to play a Joker card on one of those rounds, You may do so by placing the letter J in the box next to the round title, if you're using one of the Danger Dave quiz sheets, of course. You will receive double points on every correct answer you put down in that round. However, if you think you'd fare better after the break on either science and nature, music intros, or general knowledge, you may save your Joker card to play later on. But choose now and choose wisely, as we're about to swap or even mark our own quiz sheets for the first of tonight's markings. So, let's have a look here. So starting with, of course, round one, food and drink. Number 1, what fruit/large berry contains the most calories? That is the avocado pear. Number 2, which sweet treat could be found at the ambassadors' parties? It would be Ferrero Rocher. The ambassador is spoiling us with that one. Number 3, in Australia, what are a middy and a schooner? They're glasses of beer. If you haven't got that exactly, but you got something similar, I have half a point. Number 4, from what German region do hock wines come? Is the Rhine, or Riesling to be very, very specific. Number 5, what is the name given to the flat Indian bread resembling a pancake? That is chapati. Number 6, what French word is used for the water ice often served between courses to refresh the palate? Is sorbet. Number 7, which chicken dish is named after a battle in the Napoleonic Wars? That is chicken merengue, or merengo. Probably merengo. Chicken merengue. Has anyone's had it? Do leave your your critique of the dish on the comments. I'd like to try it. Number 8, who is the American artist who used Campbell's soup cans in his pop art? That was Andy Warhol. Number 9, how many bottles of champagne are there in a Magnum? 2 full-size bottles in a Magnum. And number 10, what do you get when you add fresh fruit to red wine? Well, you ruin a bloody good wine, but this is why you only should use shit wine. Sangria. On to guest round at Jogalada. Number 1, what is the name of the mountain featured on the packaging of Toblerone? It's the Matterhorn. Number 2, cocoa beans are a type of fruit. Number 3, cocoa beans are most commonly grown in the continent of Africa, mainly on the west coast, northern west coast, around the equator. Number 4, the first chocolate product created was hot chocolate, or drinking chocolate. Number 5, which Bristol-based inventor created the chocolate bar? That was Joseph Fry of Fry's Turkish Delight. If you got Joseph Fry, you get half a point for each there. Joseph, you get half a point. Fry, you get another half. If you got both of them together, you get 1 point. Also, you qualify to play the bonus question or bonus answer. If you got Stores, S-T-O-R-R-S, as Joseph's middle name, you get an extra half a point there. It was going to be part of the answer in its entirety, and I wanted all 3 names, but I thought I'd be nice because no one knows Mr. Fry's first name, let alone middle name. So Joseph half a point, Fry half a point. If you got both those right, you qualify for the bonus part, and if you got Stores right as well, you get an extra half point on Stores. Number 6, where was milk chocolate invented? That was Switzerland. Yes. Number 9, how many types of cocoa bean are there? There are 3. 3. My original answer was 2. I did look that up and it said 3, and then another website said 4. So I thought I'd go on a reliable source, i.e. Cadbury's, as a confection brand we all know, and they deduced it was 3. There are crossbred varieties as well, which can go on almost indefinitely. Some people say there's a 4, but no, 3 main varieties of cocoa bean. 3 is all I'm going to accept. Number 8, what is the 4th rarest type of chocolate? Is blonde chocolate. If you don't know what blonde chocolate is, I'm sure you do. It's actually like things like Caramac, or Cadbury's have brought out one called Cadbury's with caramel. Not Cadbury caramel, but Cadbury's milk Caramac something or other. Hershey's, American Hershey's do something similar to Caramac as well. And I think there are various other renditions under different brands and stuff as well. So blonde chocolate with an E or without an E on the end of blonde, it's fine. If you put Caramac, I'll let you have it. Number 9. What type of chocolate is said to reduce risks of heart disease? It is dark chocolate. Dark chocolate consists of anything over 50% cocoa, I believe. And number 10. Which animal could die if it ingests chocolate? That is dogs. Dogs. I don't believe it's true. I reckon you should all try and feed your dogs some chocolate. I don't. I'm only joking. That's me. That's horrible. On to entertainment now. Number 1. Who played Domino in the 1983 Bond film Never Say Never Again? It was Kim Basinger or Basinger. Potato. Number 2. In Star Wars, what do Imperial ships do before jumping to hyperspace? That is dump their rubbish. Dump their rubbish. Empty the rubbish cargo bit. Cargo bay. Number 3, which actor played the role of Grandad in Only Fools and Horses? Leonard Pearce, late great Leonard Pearce. I don't think I've seen him in anything else apart from Fools and Horses. Half a point for each first and surname there, of course. Number 4, in the Hare Bear Bunch, in which zoo did they live in? That was Wonderland Zoo. Wonderland Zoo. Driving that Hare Bear, driving that motorbike everywhere. Loved it. Number 5. Kevin Costner was the hero in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. But who played the Sheriff of Nottingham? Our favourite, another late great actor, is of course Alan Rickman. Loxley, I'm going to cut your heart out with a spoon. Number 6. What was the surname of Big Brother contestant Nasty Nick? It's Bateman. Nick Bateman, or Nicholas Bateman. 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 Number 7. Which actor first appears as a dot on the horizon and rides towards the camera in Lawrence of Arabia? It's Omar Sharif. Omar Sharif. Number 8. In which UK town is the TV show The Office set? Slough. Number 9. Which TV show was first aired in 1989, went off air in 1999, and has been seen in over 140 countries, and was made into a film a few years ago? Baywatch. And lastly, number 10. In The Hitchhiker's Guide, what is the meaning of life? It is 42. 42 is the meaning of life. So, add up your scores. Put them in the comments section. Tell me if you played a Joker or not as well. And we'll go through them. So, go now. I'll give you about 10 minutes to go to get another drink, fill your glasses, go and use your lavatory facilities for any wheeze and poos. And if you smoke, go and have a cigarette or a cigar or a pipe out on your terrace, and we'll see you shortly. See you in a sec. go. So, welcome back to the second half before we continue. Have a drink, you slags. Alright, I think I'll join you in that one. So, let's go through some of the scores so far. So, we've got Nick and Coral. Hey, dude. Where have you got? You got 27 with a joker. Where did you play your joker, Nick? Let's see where you sort of maybe didn't do so well. Team named the Wild Swimmers. 23 no joker. Very well done. That's very high score for a no joker. Richard. Hi, Dave. 33 with a joker from Gone with the Wind. Nice one. Doing very well so far. SB Brown, 16.5 no joker. Not bad. You still got the second half to bring it back, and you still got a joker to play, so very well done. And you got Bob. What was the answer? Oh, that was Switzerland was number 6. Debs, you got 16.5 so far, no joker as well. Well done. Rach, hello Rachel, and team at the Murray Bars. The Murray Bars. That doesn't make sense. That's not a pun. Dave Tillier and co. The Murray Bars. Please explain, because it's just gone over my head. It might be an inside joke. It doesn't work. Murray Bars are on 34.5 with the joker. So, sounds like the first half of tonight's quiz was a little bit tough for you guys. Well, that just means that... Oh, I don't know. That's how it's fallen, I suppose. Nick, joker played on food and drink. Did terribly on entertainment. Not to worry. Still got the second half to play, and you can all bring it back, potentially, especially those who haven't played the joker so far. Den Lama's got 18 at no joker. Very well done. Any more scores to come in? Any more scores? Okay, so just before we go into Science Nature, we're going to have a little sip. Hopefully that drink is a bit quieter now for you. I can't hear it through my screen, otherwise you'd hear it through there. So I don't really know how loud it is. But we're now going to go on to round 4. And round 4 is, of course, Science and Nature. So eyes down, pens at the ready. Science and Nature, number 1. In the food processing industry, what do the initials MRM stand for? In the food processing industry, what do the initials MRM stand for? That's Mike, Romeo, Mike. Oh, that is lovely. I'd just like to show you guys just the near Winchester Tower that we've got recently done for races. I don't know if you can see it from here. I'm just going to turn the camera around. But you can't really see it. That's a shame. Oh well. The night, the sunset on it most nights is just absolutely amazing. And it's just lit up this beautiful ruby orangey, like a blood orangey colour, just on this lovely stark 50s, 60s brutalism architecture, in amongst like the Untanked Road, Jenny Lynn bit, and all these green trees. And you just got this mad obelisk. And it's just beautiful. I love looking at it. Most people hate that tower and brutalism in general, but I love it. It's a shame I couldn't show you properly, but there we go. I just want to. That's what my view is, basically. There we go. Oh, just put the camera back again. There we go. Number 2. Now, apparently, there's many answers for this, but I'm going to say I'm going to give you a clue, so don't worry. Number 2. Which sea bird has a black and white body and a very large, bright yellow and red beak? Now, apparently, there's about 7 different types. So I'm going to give you a clue. Many found in the Atlantic. Which sea bird has a black and white body and a very large, bright yellow, very large red and yellow beak, and many found in the Atlantic? Number 3. In degrees, what do the angles of a right-angled triangle add up to? In degrees, what do the angles of a right-angled triangle add up to? A bit dark now. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, eh? Got like one of those daylight lamps illuminating me this evening. My wet hair. Just like to say, if anyone, any gents or ladies would like a haircut, obviously social distancing rules apply. But I'm going to give my good friend Jimmy Cox a little plug tonight. He doesn't know I've done it. Here's where I get my haircut, or I have been getting my haircut before lockdown. He's absolutely dream. 10 quid for a gents cut, 20 quid for a ladies cut. For a gents, obviously, I short back in size, skin fade usually. Very nicely done. I need to get one because I haven't had this cut for about 3 and a bit months. So I'm going to go see him next week, I think. Get a cut, £10 for that one. And he does it in about 15 minutes. Absolute gem. So Jimmy Cox, based on top of Magdalen, just before you get to the crossroads at the top there. So yeah, very, very good. Very, very good guy. On to number 4. What is the largest nerve in the human body? What's the largest nerve in the human body? Before you say, is it longest or widest? I couldn't possibly tell you. It's the largest. That's all I know. The largest nerve. Not a group of nerves. We'll give you another clue. Many people suffer with pain. Number 5. Name all 4 types of adult teeth. All 4 types of adult teeth, what are their names? You got 1 point for all 4 correct. Half a point for 3 out of those 4 correct, and nothing for anything less. Number 6. What Polish astronomer demonstrated in 1512 that the sun is the centre of the solar system? What Polish astronomer demonstrated in 1512 that the sun is the centre of the solar system? I have to say that the Professor Brown's dog in 1955 from Back to the Future would definitely know this answer. Number 7. Which 2 metals make up brass? Which 2 metals make up brass? Make up brass. Brass, not bras. Doorknobs, not boob jobs. Heard an interesting fact about brass the other day. Why are most door handles made with brass? It's because brass is actually almost like a disinfectant, or germs don't live as long on brass as they do other metals. So that's why a lot of door handles are made of brass. There you go, a little fact for you. Factoid, perhaps, I don't know. Number 8. Which year was the orbiting Hubble telescope launched? In what year was the orbiting Hubble telescope launched? Yeah, you can Hubble my telescope anytime. Number 9. What is the home of the animal, a hare, called? What is the home of the mammal, a hare, called? Apparently, if they want to get one, there's a lot of paperwork to fill out. And lastly, in cars, ding ding, what might be disc or drum? In cars, what might be disc or drum? So, some repeats now. Number one, in the food processing industry, what do the initials MRM stand for? Number two, which seabird has a black and white body and a very large, bright yellow and red beak, often found in the Atlantic? Number three, in degrees, what do the angles of a right angled triangle add up to? Number four, which is the largest nerve in the human body? Number five, name the four types of adult teeth. Number six, what Polish astronomer demonstrated in 1512 that the sun is the centre of the solar system? Number seven, which two metals make up brass? Number eight, which year was the orbiting Hubble telescope launched? Number nine, what is the home of a hare called? The animal, the hare. Number 10, in a car, what might be disc or drum? Okay, so before we go on to the next round, we have a little jinky jink. And the next round, of course, is round 5. And round 5 is music intros round. So, if you haven't played the quiz before, I think you all have, but I'm just going to run through it with you anyway. In the music intros round, basically, we have 10 tracks for you. We have 10 tracks. I'll go through the playlist once, with pauses in between each of those tracks for you to have time to think and write down. I'll then go through the playlist a second time, this time with no pauses, this time just to give you a recap, a repeat of any you may have missed. I'd like, please, the name of the song and the artist. Name of the song and the artist. You will receive half a point for the song name, half a point for the artist. I'm going to turn on the other microphone as well, the main microphone of the computer, so you can hear the music round better. So, eyes down, pens at the ready, ears open. Music intros. Number 1.
There must be some kind of way out of here. Say the joker to the thief.
Name of the song and the artist, please. There's too much confusion. I can get no release. Number 2. Name of the song and artist, please. Number 3, we should all know this one. I will be king. Number 4.
I was alright for a while. I could smile for a while.
And no, it's not Tony Angelino. Tony Angelino? From Only Fools and Horses. Yeah, Tony Angelino. If anyone remembers that episode, he couldn't pronounce his R's. And that was one of the songs he sung with Raffle. Very S3 Essex. I could smile for a while. Number 5.
I'll light the fire. You place the flowers in the vase that you bought today. Staring at the fire for hours and hours.
Another one featured in Fools and Horses, that one as well. Actually, on the one where they win the lottery and Dale moves into his massive mansion. He's playing pool on his own and sitting in front of his huge portrait of him and his family. Lovely, lovely Tudor house with lovely zebra print upholstery on the awful chaise lounge. Number 6. Take it back to the 90s, that. Get the maracas out. Oh yeah, yeah, maracas. Number 7.
Through my sleepless days, I found that in my dreamless sleep I'm bound.
Number 8. Hey you! Right
Thank you
down.
for coming home. Sorry that the chairs are all warm. I left them here, I could have sworn. These are my salad days, slowly being eaten away.
These are my salad days, did he just say? These are my Saturdays. Oh, Saturdays. Salad days. He's on a diet, perhaps. Where were you when I needed you? I hated you, I loved you too. Number 9.
Out on the winding, windy moors, we roll and fall in breeze. You had a temper like my jealousy.
And lastly, number 10.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo in so much space.
Be careful with that one. Be very careful with that one. I remember the first time I heard that song, I was wowed away. It's an advert for Radio 1 on television. Views of video footage of London, but like sort of being reverse and forward in time with the music. It's very good indeed. Block of flats in twilight with the lights on, but the lights are moving up like an equalizer, showing the graphics of the sound. Rather interesting. YouTube it after the quiz. Right, so I'm going to go through the playlist once more, this time with no pauses. Remember, I need the name of the song and the artist. Name of the song and the artist. You will receive half a point for the correct song name, half a point for the correct artist. So, number 1.
There must be some kind of way out of here.
2.
I was alright for a while. I could smile for a while.
5.
Light the fire. You place the flowers in the vase that you bought today. Staring at the fire.
6.
Twisting my melon, man. You know he talks so lit, man. You're twisting my melon, man.
7.
Through my sleepless days, I found
8.
thank you for coming home. Sorry that the chairs are all warm. I left them here, I could have sworn. These are my salad days, maybe I need to know.
He does say salad days. What's going on there? Number 9.
Out on the winding, windy moors we roll and fall in green. You had a temper like my jealousy, too hard, too greedy.
Too hard, too greedy.
How could you leave me when I needed to possess you? I hated you, loved you too.
10.
I remember I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo in so much space. And when you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much.
Ah, almost close there, almost didn't stop. Right, I think we all need a good, bloody good, delicious, bloody delicious, bloody bastard drink. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Drink away, chin chin. Ha ha. Of all these quizzes, and all the 11 now, I think I've only had an Aspall once, which is usually my drink of choice in the live flesh quizzes at the public houses. Right, so that was round 5, which unfortunately means we're on to the final round. But fear not, this is round 6, and it's all on general knowledge. We do have 10 questions left. You can potentially bring it back and potentially win tonight's quiz as well. So eyes down, pens at the ready for the final time this evening. General knowledge number 1. What first appeared behind? Sorry, I'll start that again. What first appeared beside the roads outside the Houses of Parliament in 1868? Can't believe it was that early, but apparently it was. What first appeared beside the roads outside the Houses of Parliament in 1868? Relatively specific answer, this one. Yeah? Yeah, sure, yeah. Number 2. What is Stella Rimington famous for? What is Stella Rimington famous for? No clues. We've got a couple of year ones coming up, and I do need the exact year. So number 3. In what year did pound coins replace pound notes in the UK? In what year did pound coins replace pound notes in the UK? God, it's 1 year old. Number 4. Again, in what year did BMC, now known as Rover, launch the Mini? In what year did BMC, now Rover, launch the Mini? Number 5. Which British football team won the European Cup in 1967? This hair definitely needs a trim. Look at it. It's a floppy mess. I might just bring it down. This is how it was earlier. Look like John Lennon. Look at that. Maybe you could notice. There we go. That's what you're going to get for the rest of the quiz. Which British football team won the European Cup in 1967? Number 6. Which dance traditionally begins and ends the show at the Moulin Rouge in Paris? Which dance traditionally begins and ends the show at the Moulin Rouge in Paris? The Red Windmill. Or the Red Mill. Yes. I couldn't possibly comment. Number 7. What is the world's most southerly capital city? What is the world's most southern capital city? Number 8. What is the exact date of the sinking of the Titanic? The exact date, the sinking of the Titanic. I need the day, month, and year. All 3 correct for 1 point. Half points may be given. Number 9. What was the number of the last King Louis to be King of France? What was the number of the last King Louis to be King of France? And lastly, but not leastly, number 10. Florence Nightingale was a nurse during which World War? Sorry. Florence Nightingale was a nurse during which war? Not necessarily a world war. Florence Nightingale was a nurse during which war? Right, going through some repeats now. Listen out for your number if you need one. Number 1. What first appeared beside the roads outside the Houses of Parliament in 1868? I need a relatively specific answer for that one. Number 2. What is Stella Remington famous for? Number 3. In what year did pound coins replace pound notes in the UK? Number 4. In what year did BMC, now known as Rover, launch the Mini? Number 5. Which British football team won the European Cup in 1967? Number 6. Which dance traditionally begins and ends the shows at the Moulin Rouge in Paris? Number 7. What is the world's most southerly capital city? Number 8. What is the exact date that the Titanic sank? Number 9. What was the number of the last King Louis to be King of France? And lastly, number 10. Florence Nightingale was a nurse during which war? Okay, so if you haven't yet played your Joker card in the first half of tonight's quiz and wish to play it in the second half, in either science, nature, music intros, or general knowledge, this is your last chance to do so. You don't get to choose this after you've marked, of course, so choose now and choose wisely. Once you've done this, again, if you are swapping your pages over in your household, you may do so. If not, you obviously may mark your own, as this is all for fun. I'll give you a few moments just to check over your answers, and then we'll go through the answers. You can have another one of these as well. Dun, 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 dun. Who likes my hair like this? Do you prefer it like this? Oh, I've got something in it. What's that? That was a mirth. Be off, mirth. Okay, so going through the answers now, starting with science and nature. Number 1, in the food processing industry, the initials MRM stand for mechanically recovered meat. I will accept mechanically reclaimed meat. Number 2, which seabird has a black and white body and a very large bright yellow and red beak? It's the Atlantic puffin. The puffin. Yeah, puffin. Number 3, in degrees, what do the angles of a right triangle add up to? That is 180. 180. Number 4, which is the largest nerve in the human body? Sciatic nerve. Sciatic. Number 5, name the 4 types of adult teeth. There's incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. So that's incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. If you got all 4 correct, you get 1 point. 3 out of 4 correct, you get half a point. And anything less, you get nil point. Number 6, what Polish astronomer demonstrated in 1512 that the sun is the centre of the solar system? That was Copernicus, or Nicolaus Copernicus. Nicolaus Copernicus. If you just put Copernicus, that's absolutely fine. There was only one of him. Number 7, which 2 metals make up brass? Half a point for each, of course. It's copper and zinc. Number 8, what year was the orbiting Hubble telescope launched? It was 1990. 1990. Number 9, what is the home of a hair called? It's a form. A form. F-O-R-M. Lots of paperwork. And lastly, number 10, in a car, what might be a disc or drum? That'd be brakes, of course, brakes. Disc brakes, drum brakes. On to music intros. Remember, you get half a point for the correct song name, half a point for the correct artist. So, number 1, All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix. That's half a point for All Along the Watchtower, half a point for Jimi Hendrix. Number 2, Marquee Moon by Television. Number 3, Heroes by David Bowie. Number 4, Crying by Roy Orbison. Number 5, Our House by Crosby, Stills and Nash. Or Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. But if you want to just put Crosby, Stills and Nash, that's fine. Number 6, Step On by The Happy Mondays. Or just Happy Mondays on its own. Number 7, No Fear of Falling by I Am Clute. Number 8, Gold! Hey you! Gold by Spandau Ballet. Number 9, Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush. And lastly, number 10, Crazy by Gnarls Barkley. I will not accept CeeLo Green. Gnarls Barkley was the band. You wouldn't say that Blackbird was sung by just Paul McCartney. It was by the Beatles, was it not? Or, you know, you wouldn't say that Octopus's Garden was a song by Ringo Starr. It was by the Beatles. He might have wrote it or sung it, but there we go. On to general knowledge now. Number 1, what first appeared beside the roads outside the Houses of Parliament in 1868? Traffic lights. Traffic lights. I'll give you half a point for... No, I won't. No, I won't. No, just traffic lights or nothing, I'm afraid. Number 2, Stella Rimington is famous for being the first female boss of MI5. MI5. M, or Judi Dench. Number 3, pound coins replaced pound notes in the UK in 1988. 1988. If you got 1 year either side, you're wrong and you get nothing. Number 4, BMC, now Rover, launched the Mini in 1959. Number 5, which British football team won the European Cup in 1967? Celtic. Number 6, which dance traditionally begins and ends the show at the Moulin Rouge? That is the can-can. Number 7, what is the world's most southerly capital city? Wellington in New Zealand, of course. Number 8, what is the exact date that the Titanic sank? 14th of April, 1912. So if you got all 3 of those parts correct, you get 1 point. 2 out of 3 parts, you get half a point. And 1 or 0, obviously you get 0. In number 9, what was the number of the last King Louis to be King of France? It was 18th. King Louis XVIII was the last King Louis of France. And number 10, Florence Nightingale was a nurse during the Crimean War. And there we go. So add up your scores. Obviously, you all should have used your Joker card by now, so you don't need to put Joker used. But I'd like to see your comments your scores in the comment section. So I'm going to put the old "Be Right Back" sign on. If you want to go for another quick cigarette or lavatory break, now is the time to do so. And I'll be back in about 3.5 minutes. Hello, darlings. Hope you've had a little ablution And I hope you've had a little cigarette break or anything you needed. And you've added up your final scores as well. So, before we go through those, I think we're going to have one last of these. So let's have a look at the scores so far, or in total, I should say. So where are we? Where are we starting? So Nick and Kroll, 43, very poor. I don't agree. I think 43 is a very good score out of 70. It's not bad. It's over half, certainly, so that's very good. Very well done. Gone with the Wind, 52 and a half. Very well done. Thank you very much for joining us, Richard. Very lovely of you to come in. The Llamas got 42, including the Joker. Of course, you played the Joker then, but yeah, very well done. 42, the meaning of life. Zoe, 47 all in all. Thank you very much for coming in again, Zoe, and your team as well. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Bob, 47, absolutely amazing score. ASB, 36 and a half. Taking part that counts, yes. Very well done, nonetheless. Very good score as well. Again, doesn't always fall in people's favour. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's all down to the questions. We didn't want to score more. 42 is the answer to life. Deborah CS33, not a good week for me. Well, it sounds like you're on your own there, Debs. So 33 is very good for someone on a team of one. Very good score indeed. So don't fret. It is all about the fun and taking part that counts anyway. And as there is real no prize. But as I said, there is obviously the raffle all to play for as well. So do click the link I've just put up in the comment section. Is there any more scores to come in before we go? Please do put your scores in, add them up now and whack them in the comments so we can read them out. Give you a few seconds on that one. Okay. I don't think there's any more scores coming. Oh, it might be. No, there's no more scores coming in. So, once again, guys, thank you so much for joining me for the 11th week of Lockdown Big Bastard Quizzes. It's been very lovely to do these for you every week, and I shall be doing them, even though I'm now doing the live in the flesh quizzes down at the Reindeer on Deerham Road on Sunday evenings, from starting at 8. If you want to join, come down. There is a phone number. If you are on Facebook or Instagram, there is a phone number to call on the flyer or the post, and it goes through to Lou, who is the landlady of the Reindeer. If you want to book a table, maximum 6 people, you may come down. Of course, do get there early. 7 o'clock to 7:30, ideal time to turn up. Social distancing rules are in force, of course. Do wait to be seated. Do not go to the bar and grab a drink or anything. There will be waiter staff coming around to take your orders and deliver drinks for you. Obviously, hand sanitizer will be available as well. So do come down if you can. If you can't, obviously, I shall be doing these every Tuesday as well until further notice. Because they are all for fun. Plus, we need to get these raffle tickets sold, and I really want to see a winner of this £100 worth of wine in the next week or so, or less than that, ideally. I was hoping to do one of these every week, but it's been 11 weeks now, and it still hasn't. All the tickets haven't been sold. So do please tell your mates, share that link around that I've posted in the comment section of this video a few times. Do share that link around to your mates. Obviously, you don't want them to win, so buy more tickets, and therefore you're going to be in the running to win the wine. If you spend, if you buy more money, buy more tickets. The more tickets you have, the more chance you have of winning. So once again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I shall be putting up a post in the next few minutes on Facebook asking you what you'd like next week's guest round to be. Next week's reindeer round is going to be The Office. The TV show, but the US version, the American version, the shitter version. It's going to be that. If you want that, say yes. If not, well, we can choose something else. So chocolate, I think, was a good round today. But yeah, I shall be putting that post up shortly. So if you haven't already, and if you are on Facebook and Instagram, do go on to Danger Days Facebook page and Instagram, type in Danger Days Quiz Nights, and do give the page a like and a follow. Mean the world to me, and you get to keep up to date with all of Danger Days goings on, where he's doing them, when he's doing them, and the guest rounds as well, and potential jackpots now that the In the Flesh quizzes are back. So I shall leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me tonight, and have a fantastic evening. Hopefully you'll tune in next week. Good night.